So the first step in change for human beings is being aware that change is necessary. And at the moment I'm seeing an explosion of a certain practice that I think is getting in the way of change for lots of people. And I'm seeing it in different realms. So as you know, I coach people and I train people to coach people too. And I'm seeing lots of coaches do what I'm about to describe to you. But I'm also seeing lots of managers and leaders doing the same thing. And I promise you, if you do this, it gets in the way of people actually being able to move forward and to improve on where they're at. So what is it? Well, it's when people are saying things like, you're marvellous, you're awesome, you're fantastic, you're brilliant, in every single area. They're not actually being honest with people and saying, hey, but you need to get better at this. You did really well, and you absolutely great that you gave that an effort, but it needs to be better. And that will help people move to a better space. You're not doing anybody favours by telling them they're marvellous all the time, because the reality is all of us need to grow. And the first step in growing is knowing that it needs to happen. So in order to do that, I believe that coaches, managers, leaders, anybody in a supervisory position needs to get much better at feedback. Feedback includes being honest with people. It includes having the courage to say to people when things need to be better. It's not helpful, I promise you, it's not helpful to tell people all the time that they're marvellous and they're fantastic and they're awesome. There are times in all of our lives, mine included, where you need to have that feedback that says, hey, you can do better. When I look back on my working life, one manager stands out for me. This manager who actually had the courage to say to me on a number of occasions, hey Alex, you've done well, but you need to do better next time. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about having the courage to give clear feedback to people. So what does clear feedback look like? It looks like telling people in the moment, as soon after the event as possible, describing the behaviour that you see. So don't overlay it with emotions, I didn't like that, that upset me or anything like that. Describe the behaviour and say that behaviour could have been better, and this is an example of what you could have done differently. If you do that, you're allowing people to enter that first step of change, which is becoming aware that change is necessary. But as I say, I'm seeing an awful lot of people who are doing exactly the opposite, and it's time for that to change. So if that's where you're at, have the courage to challenge people.